In this video, I'm going to address the question, is alcohol healthful? The research appears to be conflicting. Some research says yes, and some research says no. I believe the reason for this is because research is only as good as the question that's asked. Let's take two possible research scenarios. In scenario 1, people are eating a diet of highly processed food that raises their risk for certain types of disease. For example, a fast food sandwich, French fries, and soda. Now, if they're also including in their diet red wine or dark beer, I believe the research will show that the alcohol decreases the risk of heart attack and certain types of stroke, as some research has shown. Now, the reason for this is, on one hand, they're raising the risk factors with their diet, but on the other hand, the red wine and the beer may be the most healthful things they've consumed in their diet. So the alcohol in beer is actually a step up, providing antioxidants and certain nutrients. Now in scenario 2, the diet is controlled and people are eating a diet that doesn't raise the risk factor for heart attack or stroke. In this case, I believe the research will show that the alcohol provides no health benefits or is unhealthful. I'd like to provide a few examples where alcohol is unhealthful. When I'm working on my health and eating an unprocessed food diet and I'm feeling pretty good, and then I include alcohol in my diet, I always feel worse the next day. So if alcohol is healthful, I should feel better the next day, not worse. I've done a number of athletic competitions in my lifetime and also driven cars on a track. I've never used alcohol in my preparation for those events because alcohol doesn't improve my athletic performance and it certainly doesn't help my driving. When I'm trying to lose body fat, I don't drink alcohol because the alcohol tends to slow my metabolism, making the fat loss process more difficult. How about pregnancy? Women are told, don't drink when you're pregnant. It can harm the baby. And I've always thought to myself, if alcohol is unhealthful when you're pregnant, how does it become healthful once you're not pregnant? We're also told, don't drink alcohol with certain types of illness or disease or certain medications, and a number of warnings along these lines. We're often told to drink alcohol in moderation. One drink is good, more than one drink, not good. I notice that we're never told to eat broccoli in moderation. No one ever says, 1 cup of broccoli is healthful, 2 cups, oh, that's dangerous. Limit it to 1 cup. Now, if alcohol were healthful, why would we have to have these types of limitations? Now, a goal meal is a meal where you select the foods that support your desired goal, and a pleasure meal is a meal where you select foods purely for pleasure. So if my goal is ideal health, I'm not going to include alcohol into my goal meals because alcohol is a step down from the quality of food that I normally consume when I'm working on my health. Now, the alcohol can fit quite nicely into the pleasure meal concept because the pleasure meal concept is me selecting foods purely for pleasure, and I certainly enjoy a nice dark beer or a nice glass of wine. Now, many times people have told me, alcohol is bad for your health. You shouldn't drink alcohol, particularly when I was a young man. However, those same people would then go off and eat cake, ice cream, and soda pop. So, as I've stated in past videos, when you select your pleasure foods, it's certainly good if you can upgrade them. And in my opinion, a glass of red wine or a glass of dark beer is certainly an upgrade from a can of soda pop. In conclusion, if ideal health is your goal, I would not include alcohol as part of your program. However, if you enjoy alcohol responsibly, in moderation, it can fit quite nicely into the pleasure meal concept. I'm Jeff Riley for Fitness Innovations.